service area. It's a first step required by the Federal Transit Administration, which can take up to 18 months.
Basically, it means that we need to look at all the possible alternatives for that extension or expansion, not just going out and building a project, but looking at other alternatives to solving that problem.
That means identifying the preferred form of transit for each area by analyzing routes, station locations, ridership estimates, risk assessments, costs, schedules, benefits to communities and customers, and potential alternatives. An integral part of the alternatives analysis process is reaching out to communities that will be impacted by the projects and receiving their feedback.
CTA will work with local elected officials, community leaders, and community groups and local residents to host community meetings at locations near the affected area.
And those meetings are crucial to the CTA's planning process.
CTA really does rely on its customers and would-be customers to provide us with very critical information for how we might plan for the future. Not only on routine bus service that you use every day, but also on things like New Start projects that are for generations ahead.
As part of the process, multiple meetings are held within the communities surrounding the proposed projects.
We really do feel that by going out into the neighborhoods where we can talk with people about what might be important to them, what might be unique to their neighborhood, helps us really narrow down to what is truly the locally preferred alternative.
Community input goes a long way in helping the CTA plan service today and for the future. It's something the CTA has historically relied on.
We used it on the Douglas branch of the Blue Line to help us go through years and years of community input that got us to the point where we are today with actually being able to build the stations.
Several new projects are proposed for the CTA system. The proposed work is possible thanks to funding from the Federal Transit Administration's New Starts program and a new law passed by Congress called Safety Loop. Safe, Accountable, Flexible, Efficient Transportation Equity Act, a legacy for users, which provides transit funding throughout the country through 2009.
The significant thing about the bill was that it authorizes 5 New Start projects for CTA, which will extend 3 existing lines as well as to provide additional service on 2 other projects in the region.
The proposed projects would benefit CTA customers throughout the city and suburbs. First, the Red Line. The extension of the Red Line south from 95th Street to 130th Street would streamline bus-to-rail connections for 13 CTA bus routes and 6 PACE routes, and could also connect customers with Metra's commuter rail. Another proposed project, extending the Orange Line from Midway to Ford City Mall, could improve access to downtown from the far southwest side and from the central city to the strong employment corridor along South Cicero Avenue. Also up for consideration, the extension of the Yellow Line from Dempster Street to Old Orchard Mall. This could provide access to many major destinations that are just beyond the existing terminal. And 2 new services that are proposed are the Ogden and Carroll Avenue Corridor Project, which combines bus rapid transit and streetcar transit that could serve the growing West Loop and provide direct access to Navy Pier. And a Circle Line that could connect 6 of the CTA's existing lines with Metra's commuter rail that serves downtown.
That would provide connection between all those services, allow more efficient use of the existing system, allow people to transfer more readily between CTA and Metra lines without having to come all the way downtown to make those transfers.
So how can you learn the specifics or voice your concern?
There will be opportunities for people to call in with their opinion, write in, go online to let us know what they think about what they're seeing. All of the proposals will be posted on the web as we go out with community meetings. We will also post car cards on our system as we do whenever we have public comment in public meetings. For CTA, customer service and outreach and community outreach really never stops. It's part of what we do every day.
It's important to know that the CTA isn't the only transit agency vying for federal funding.
We're competing nationally for the federal dollars to actually get these projects up and running. So even though a project is authorized by the federal government, that doesn't necessarily mean it will get the money to actually execute and construct the project.
That's why alternatives analysis studies are required as part of the federal funding process. If the CTA's proposed service plans turn out to be the best alternative for an area, the ball begins to roll.
Once the steps have been completed, then Congress, with the approval of FTA, can take the next steps and appropriate additional money to continue the further steps, to allow us to go into preliminary engineering, into final design, and ultimately into construction.
Should the FTA sign off on those next steps, it could then issue a full funding grant agreement, which guarantees the federal funding the CTA needs to begin construction, provided that the CTA has all of its non-federal funding in place as well. In the meantime, CTA customers should be pleased to know that their future needs are being considered.
It's exciting because it tells our customers, as well as the community in general, that we're interested in looking at ways of improving service to the community, of looking at these system expansions and extensions as a way of providing better service, not just in Chicago, but throughout the Chicago region as well.